all the questioning and campaigning I've done recently about what I see as the abuses of some sections of the British press is emphatically not motivated by the treatment I got when I was arrested in 1995. I say in my statement here, I was arrested, it was on public record. I totally expected there to be tons of press, a press storm. That happened, and I have no quarrel with it. Zenith of the sort of press storm around that arrest in Los Angeles. I was now back in London, holed up in my flat, and I'd managed to get out for the day, or the night, I can't remember. Anyway, when I came back, this flat had been broken into. The front door had been basically just shoved off its hinges. And as I say, nothing was stolen, which was weird. And the police nevertheless came round the next day to talk about it. And the day after that, a detailed account of what the interior of my flat looked like appeared in one of the British tabloid papers. I can't remember which one at the moment, but it was definitely there. And I remember thinking, who told them that? Was that the burglar, or was that the police? And when I told this story to Tom Watson recently, the MP, who was writing a book about this kind of thing, he nodded knowingly, saying, oh yes, that particular method of break-in I've come across with several other people who are victims of a lot of, or in the crosshairs of a lot of press attention. And it doesn't seem to have been a singular occasion. And it's doubly sinister to me because that flat, as you said, is you have to walk up a hell of a lot of stairs to get there. I would think it was a very bad choice for a normal burglar. And nothing was stolen. And I've had it for 25 years, and it's never been broken into before or since. The Mail on Sunday ran an article, February 2007, saying that my relationship with my then-girlfriend, Jemima Khan, was on the rocks because of my persistent late-night flirtatious phone calls with a plummy-voiced studio executive from Warner Brothers. And it was a bizarre story, completely untrue, that I sued for libel over and won, and damages rewarded, a statement was made in open court. But thinking about how they could possibly come up with such a bizarre left-field story, I realized that although there was no plummy-voiced studio executive from Warner Brothers with whom I'd had any kind of relationship, flirtatious or otherwise, there was a great friend of mine in Los Angeles who runs a production company which is associated with Warner Brothers, and whose assistant is a charming, married, middle-aged lady, English, who, as happens in Hollywood, is the person who rings you. The executive never rings you. It's always their assistant. Hi, we have, Jack Bailey on the phone for you. And this was what she used to do. She used to call and she used to leave messages, and because she was a nice English girl living in L.A., sometimes when we spoke, we'd have a joke about English stuff, Marmite or whatever. And so she would leave charming, jokey messages saying, please call the studio executive back. And she has a voice that could only be described as plummy. So I cannot, for the life of me, think of any conceivable source for this story in the Mail on Sunday except those voice messages on my mobile telephone. With two of the girlfriends I've had, they both have children, and in both cases, well, actually, that's not quite fair. The first girlfriend, when she was with me, we didn't have children, so that doesn't apply. But the second girlfriend, although that first girlfriend has subsequently had children and been very badly chased and abused, but the second girlfriend, she did have children, and she was frequently, especially in the early days of our romance,
yes,
followed and chased, even when she had her children in the car, and even when the children were not enjoying it, crying. They'd pulled up for petrol. They'd ask the paparazzi who pulled in and started taking pictures, please go away, there's children in this car, they're frightened, and these paparazzi would continue to take pictures.